Welcome, friends, to Dog Grooming Unleashed. We are Amy Leigh and Michelle Caluneo. Our mission is to create a safe, welcoming space for dog groomers and pet lovers to come together to learn, laugh, and feel supported. So join us as we build a community where pet parents and groomers can come together. We also want to help groomers grow in their skills, share their struggles, and feel connected to others in the industry. So get ready to learn and laugh. We're so excited to have you here.
All right. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 5 of Dog Grooming Unleashed. I'm Amy Leigh. This is Michelle Caluneo.
Hello! That was very Kermit the Frog-ish. Hello!
Oh, that's me.
Well, hello there!
All right. Today's topic is a good one, guys. I think this is something that should be spoken about. Spoke of?
Spoken to for you.
Yes.
Yes.
More often in the dog grooming world, right? Whether you groom your dog or just you take your dog to a groomer or you're just doing touch up in between, this is going to help everybody.
What is it, Amy?
The topic is dog. Are you listening? Dog grooming body language, the dog's body language.
What is the dog telling you?
Yeah. What are they saying
through
their body language?
Yes.
This is a powerful episode.
Yes.
We're going to break down the subtle body language, the stress signals, emotional cues that dogs are giving us on the grooming table, and why most people miss them. They miss these signals, these cues, these stress signals. Wouldn't you say, Michelle?
They sure do.
And if we pay attention to them and read between the lines the right
Yes.
way, we can completely transform that grooming session into a different headspace for the dog.
Right.
This is important for pet owners too, working with their dogs at home, not letting the dog get into these headspaces and become not rational in the moment. And then you want to continue to do the brush out or whatever. You could be encouraging the dog to fight you on that when we
Yes.
want to discourage that. We want to understand the signals, read the signals, reset the dog here,
Yes.
and then move on. So that's what we're talking about today. Understanding canine body language. That's the key to safer, kinder grooming.
Yes. And this is an important one too for pet parents and dog groomers, because I think you probably have these conversations too with pet parents about, warning signs that they miss. And so I follow a lot of like dog training stuff. I'm so into dog training. And so I think and often dog groomers, I mean, we know so much about like body language, already because we work with them every single day. And so there's a lot of things I think that pet owners will miss. And so when I see a dog doing something in my salon, whether it's really heavy side eyeing, we're lunging, snapping, things like that, we talk about kind of the lead up to those things. Dogs don't say, you're pissing me off, right? They're going to do a lot of things sometimes before they show their teeth or growl or lunge or snap. A lot of times there's warning signs that get missed. So we're here to help you today to not miss those warning signs
and how to work through it.
Yeah. And how to just really pay attention to their body language and see what's happening. Is their foot hurting when you pick it up, or are they just being kind of a little turd? So what are they saying, and how can we work through that and groom as smooth as possible, but also helping you in your home life. I want your home life to go really good, so when they come to grooming, it goes smooth, but vice versa too. I want to help you and give you feedback of things you can do at home. And so when you tell me when your dog's laying on the floor and he's really side-eyeing your 2-year-old, and he's growling and protecting his toy, things like that, we want to help you to prevent incidences at home too.
Yeah, I think it's important to understand that there are different levels of the stress for dogs. There's those early signs, those early signals that your dog is going to send out. And then there's the more tension based. When that tension is allowed to build, when we didn't get in there and help the dog in the early signs of the stress.
Sorry, Daisy's growling and rolling on the floor.
She's stressed.
No, she's just happily rolling on the floor, making Shih Tzu noises. Sorry.
But when we see the early signs, and if we don't recognize them, it's going to go to level 2. And level 2 is more tension, more stiffness, more stress. And then it's going to go to complete avoidance and escape behaviors. It's going to escalate if we don't stop it at the early signs. And the early signs are things like lip licking.
Yes.
That's an early
That's a
sign.
huge one that I think a lot of people miss. Is
Yawning.
the in yawning,
And you
yes.
know when they do that, when
Yeah,
they yawn, that's a stress yawn. Oftentimes, it's an early sign. So, guys, if you're seeing this, this is the early sign. We have time to work through this with the dog
yep.
before they go to level 2. Blinking rapidly,
Mhm.
that is another one. Looking away and blinking, like, oh my
Yeah,
God, I'm not here right now. What am I going to
yeah,
do? We're starting to build that stress. The dog is building it. Sniffing the air or the floor for no reason. That's a
yeah,
stress sign. These are early stress signs.
right.
Sudden scratching, like, oh, I'm nervous. you
Heavy
know,
panting, like
yeah,
really.
panting goes into once they get to like level 2, level
Yeah,
3. Now they're trying to release all that stress.
yeah,
And a lot of dogs will pant through the whole grooming session. And I've groomed dogs their whole lives and saw that we never really could get past that. But I
yeah,
could keep working with them in each moment to to let that be their release. Okay, I'll give you that release as long as I'm not seeing the ears pinned to your head
mhm,
or the wide whale eye look. I
yeah,
know you're super stressed at that point. If you're panting and you're wide whale eyeing, then
yeah,
I know you're really struggling right now, dog. So these are signs, guys. Hitting those early signs, which is lip licking, yawning, blinking rapidly, sniffing the air, sudden scratching. If we nip that in the bud early by resetting the dog, boosting the dog's confidence, stopping, our brushing technique. Okay, honey, let's just stand. Let's put your tail up a little. Look at you, and not
yeah,
that goo goo gaga stuff. It's not going to help them in the
no,
moment of beginning stress signs. It's got to be just a quick confidence boost, could be all that it takes, a reset.
yeah.
What do you think about that, Michelle? And what's
Oh,
next
for
for the dog if we don't stop
yeah,
it
I mean, I think so. There's like the stress dog that really is just like trying to flee and get the hell out of there, right? And so you got those dogs that really just. I remember I had this little Yorkie, and it was like he didn't have a mean bone in his body, but he would fight for his life to get out of his nail trim, anything with his feet, and just fighting so hard, and that's where they're just so incredibly stressed, and it's not like it's escalating into something where they're going to bite, but it was just this situation's just getting, he's so stressed, like I got to know when to stop, right? Because it's just
well, he
becoming
could
too
hurt
much.
himself,
Absolutely.
and also you can't do what you're trying to get done.
Yes. And so there's like that whole side of just they're just so stressed, they're just freaking out. Like you got to know when to kind of wrap it up, and they're getting too stressed for it, and you got to stop the groom. So
Well,
that's
what do
kind of
you do
one.
if you're halfway through the grooming session?
You modify it. I mean, we've all had to stop grooms before. We don't like doing it, but if you really feel like the dog is becoming so stressed that it could be potentially dangerous, I have no problem stopping and being like,
Yeah,
especially with young dogs that I'm really trying to form a good relationship with, or
yeah.
I'm trying to get them used to grooming. If it's going really south, I'm not going to push through this because we need to take a different approach, and that's
Same with
okay.
senior dogs, which we did
Yep.
an episode about senior dogs.
Yes.
Things change for senior dogs. They would be compliant with grooming the whole life, and all of a sudden it changes.
Yes.
And once a dog escalates and starts showing us all these signs that they are now moving towards a panic mode, what do we do? Well, if it gets to be darn near panic mode, it's time to take a definite breather, still on the grooming table if you
Yeah.
can. Teach them it's a safe place up there, and maybe move on to a part of the groom that they are tolerant of, to let them win on something and say, oh, I trust this, and that went well. Now maybe we'll go back to trying to shave your paw pad, which you didn't like because you have a mat in there.
Yeah.
So now maybe we'll go back to, oh, no, we're going back up to level 11. Okay, then let's go back to some clipper work on the body right now. Something that you do allow me to do, dog. I want to do right now with you to bring you back into a confidence space in your head, something you are confident about. And then maybe we'll go back and we'll revisit that paw pad again. Until maybe we have to revisit that paw pad 10 times until it's the last thing we do. We get it done. And now we're done. Yay, you did
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, so there's kind of like that aspect of like the grooming when you kind of just got to know when to take a break. When with dogs that are becoming more agitated, so not necessarily just stressed young or senior dogs, that you just need to like, okay, let's hold off for a minute or see, like, reevaluate. But dogs that are becoming more agitated, that's when you're going to start seeing a stiff body, really a heavy side eye, stiff body, a wagging tail. I'd love to talk about that because a wagging tail is a misconception that people often think is a good sign.
The
And
tail can tell you a lot.
a tail is excited, and so it
Or if
excited.
it's stiff and holding itself in a weird
Yes,
way, that's a signal. That's
yes.
not normal.
But an aroused, excited dog that might be ready to bite somebody is going to be wagging the tail. So if you watch kind of training videos, you'll learn that a wagging tail doesn't always mean that a dog's happy. A wagging tail it just means excited. They're excited because they're about to attack another dog or person, or because
Yeah.
they saw a squirrel, or you know what I mean, or they're excited because you're home from work and they are actually just
Yeah.
excited to
No,
see you and they're
you're
happy.
very right about that. What are
You
some
know.
of your favorite dog trainers? I have a couple on YouTube that I like, but just to help our audience out to say, oh, I'd like to learn some training tricks with my dog.
Oh, we're gonna pin them when we post this. We'll pin them up because I can't think of right now. But
One of
I
mine
have
is Beckman's,
I
and
have several.
he works with some tough dogs.
On YouTube.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll have to check them
Beckman.
out.
Yeah, and I'll put some links in there.
Yeah,
Another one's Travis. I forget his last name, but I'll go link it.
I have a
These,
whole bunch, and I'm like, it's canine. I'm literally drawing a blank. Yeah, I should have
yeah,
looked them up
but
before. I
just
wasn't even
send me the
thinking.
link when we're done, so I can
I
link it
will.
in the video for our friends here. Because and as a groomer or a pet owner, watching those types of training videos is something's going to resonate with you and say, well, my dog does that, and I always thought he was happy when he did that, but you're going
Yeah,
to learn something. And you think,
yeah,
wow, okay, so now I know what he's really thinking, and now I know how to approach that situation with my dog when he's acting like that.
yeah. You just got to learn. I didn't know either. I mean, the first time we got our first dog and we went to a trainer that was about 30 minutes from us, we did a board and train. And I just thought, oh my gosh, like I had no idea. And I learned so much from this guy. And I knew from that point on, I would never not have a dog that wasn't trained. When you learn about their behavior and you train your dog and you put the time in and the energy and the effort, you just have such a beautiful life with them. You can
Yeah.
communicate well, and that's so important. And I think
They
that
have a good life because of it too,
they
because
do.
they don't speak English. So now that
Yes.
they know you are actually communicating with them, they get
Yeah.
it, you get them. It's a relief for the dog.
Yeah, you have such a beautiful relationship with them because you can communicate well. And so
Mhm.
just a huge fan of that. I'm a huge advocate for it. I mean, I'm not a dog trainer. So whenever I tell people I'm not a dog trainer, and I have people here locally that I'll refer to, I always give really good, honest feedback to all my customers. And that's so important for
Yeah.
dog groomers to do because I think that if you're sugarcoating things and they
When
don't
it
know
really
that,
didn't go that way. You have to be
well, yeah. And then they go to the next groomer and that groomer gets bit because they had no idea that I love when they come in and they're brutally honest with me. And they just tell me like, yeah, no, we've had big problems. I'm like, thank you so much for being so honest.
yeah.
And now I kind of know how to approach this. And I'm really looking, and I'll have dogs on the table. And like, as soon as they'll get stiff and they'll look at me and I'm like, I'm like, no, like,
Yeah.
don't even, you know what I mean? I'm like, we're not even doing that.
That forewarning from the
Hmm.
client made you hyper aware of the signal.
Yes.
So now you're like, I need to be hyper aware for these signals.
Yes.
And so now you're watching for the wide eyed, the licking of the nose and licking and that's nervousness. You're looking for
Yeah.
these signs, the ears pinned back, yawning. Yeah.
Yeah.
They go, yeah, they make this big
They're
noise.
not
That's a
tired.
stress
Yes,
warning.
they're
Yeah.
stressed.
Yeah. And so now you can be looking for those things so that you can approach it with the dog immediately. Like, no, no. And sometimes it's all it takes is
Yeah.
you to make a weird noise like that you made them look at you and they're like, yeah, okay, I know. You want to trim my nails, you know, but you reminded them, this is what we're doing. Hello, don't go out there in your
That
head.
verbal correction works really
Hmm.
well. When I see them really side-eyeing or the lip licking and I know the dog and that they're like, and I'll be like, mm-mm, no. And it's just like, because you almost have to be, as a dog groomer, we're loving and compassionate, right? And same as a dog owner, like you love your animal, but you also have to be stern, kind of like raising kids. It's finding like a good balance of letting them know you're the boss and you have to be in charge and you have to be a good pack leader. That's
Yeah.
so important for you to be a leader when you're working with dogs, but do it in a kind and compassionate way. We all love animals, right? But we can't let them walk all over us either,
No, I mean,
especially when we're grooming them.
they're animals. They're in our homes. They're exposed
Hmm.
to young people, older people, and other pets. And we have to be very in tune with them and lay on the law. And that doesn't mean jerking a knot in their chain all the time. It means correcting them in the
Yes.
second that they go to 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 display that behavior. They don't even have to be in the act. If they're in the act yet, it's almost too late. I'm
Yeah.
gonna chase the squirrel. I'm gonna get with Cash. As soon as I know when he sees a squirrel, and as soon as nope, nope, I'm reminding him. I give a little
Uh-huh.
tweak on the leash,
Yep.
like remind him I'm here, and I said
Yeah.
nope,
No,
nope.
no.
And so if I wait until it's too late. Then he's going.
Yeah. And
You know,
you don't want it to escalate. So I want to I want to watch all these warning signs. That's why we really wanted to do this episode, because we wanted to talk to you guys about warning signs that you'll see before the lunge, before the
Yeah,
bite, before that, you know what I mean? I want to do all that so it doesn't get to growling, snarling, lunging, and biting. Because
right.
once it gets to that, now this isn't going really well, right? Whether it's at your home or at the grooming, on the table, you know.
Often at the grooming salon, when it gets to that, the snarling, snapping, and
Mhm.
the real fight or flight thing, sometimes we can't reset that in
Right,
that grooming session.
right.
Sometimes they've just decided that because they've been allowed to escalate during this grooming session to get to that
Yes.
level. Sometimes you're never going to back them down in this grooming session if you let
Yeah.
it get to that.
So now it's
You know,
gotten too far.
yeah.
Absolutely. So
Yes.
you do. You need
Paying
like a
attention.
reset.
Yeah, paying attention to those early signs and trying to, work with the dog and let them know that you're on their team. You're in this with them. You're not just sitting here demanding things of them. You're working with them, and they really know that. They really know it. And I think as groomers, because when they're with us, often the majority of everything we do is expectations with the dogs.
Yeah.
They have expectations of us, be kind, gentle, and get the job done so I can, and our expectation for them is to demonstrate those behaviors to the dogs
Yeah.
so that they can be confident in the situation. And as groomers, we're always working with the dog the whole time
Yes.
with them. So some people will say, I could never touch his feet. I can never look in his ears. I
Yes.
can never, and you're sitting there, I can look in his mouth. I can look in his, in the,
Yeah.
why, Amy? Because my relationship with your dog is built on trust heavily,
Yeah.
but it's also completely about work. Like they're
We're working.
working
Yeah.
with us at
Yeah.
all times. So it's like training. The whole
Yeah. It
session is
all is.
training.
Yes.
Because
And I'll give
people,
tips for like desensitizing too. So I'll say he really doesn't like when I brush his back end. I have
hmm
an Aussie porter. I love this Aussie. He actually, and I probably shouldn't even say this out loud, but he's the most beautiful Aussie I groom. And I groom tons of them, but he has like kind of that shorter muzzle.
mm,
And he's stunning. Like he could be in shows. He really is. And again, all Aussie. I'm a huge like Aussie fan. Like I just think they're
gosh, they're
beautiful
so
dogs.
smart too. I've
Yeah, they're
always been
yeah.
jealous of their brain.
Yeah, I wouldn't own one. Honestly, they're way too much work.
They're smarter than
But
me.
yeah, they're way too intense for me. I like kind of a dumb dog. I like golden retrievers. I like like
They're
I do
not
like a
dumb. They're
yeah. They're
just
not just
easygoing.
yeah,
Easygoing.
exactly. I
Yeah,
don't like the super smart dogs because I have a husky, so I can say that because the smart dogs are the worst because they're so intense.
they
You
are.
know, they
They're
are.
like,
So
that doesn't work on me, lady.
yeah, I like it. I like a derpy dog. But he really doesn't like me brushing his back end. I've even done videos on me grooming him before. And so, but every time his mom comes in, like she's done such a great job. And so I've been like really work on that brushing of the back end. I get to the back end and he's good, but for some reason, and he's real fast and like he goes from zero to nothing real fast, like an Aussie kind of does, right? They're just intense. And
Yeah.
so, but I've given her so much feedback. He's like, think he's about 2 now, 1.5, 2. And so we've really done really well because she's worked at home too. So when your groomer gives you feedback, I think that's so important when people
Yeah.
listen, because I'll say, really work on touching their feet, really work on brushing the face. They don't like that face. Get in there, that bright, when they're laying on the couch with you at night, just sit there with that comb and really brush through. Get them used to that. Let's
Yeah,
desensitize so it
just
doesn't
have it
turn
in
into
your
this.
hand. Just have
Hmm.
it in your hand and, still, touch your dog or just do something. Let them get comfortable with that. I have a video on my YouTube channel that is called The Sound of Grooming, and it's desensitizing your dog to grooming tool sounds. The clipper makes a sound, the sound of the nail trimmer makes when it
Yeah.
cuts the nail, the sound of a dryer, the sound of running water. If these are things that a dog is really not that used to being so close in their space, they have to learn to trust it. And
Yeah.
if that's only very seldomly at a grooming salon, if you're not keeping them on a regular schedule, it's going to be very hard to make them trust those things, water running near them or on them, the sound of dryers. So I have this video on my YouTube channel that is just the sound of those things that's amplified. And I
That's
tell
cool.
people, you take your little Alexa speaker
Yeah.
and put it near your dog and play these sounds and touch their feet while you're doing it. It's a whole instructional video of how to help people desensitize. So
Yeah.
I do want to say that that is one thing that you guys can do as far as in the grooming world with your dog, helping
Yeah.
to desensitize. Watch that video and learn how to do that video. It's like it's a work through video. Like you
Yeah.
do
I love
this,
that though.
I do
That's a great
that.
idea.
Yeah. But it's important. Once they trust, they trust.
Yeah. No, and I just posted a video about River, my husky mix, and just kind of how I watch every move he makes because of that. He's a reactive dog, and I mean, when he was young, I'm like, man, he is gonna bite somebody. We had him in board and train when he was 4 months old. He was growling at all the
Is
neighborhood
he the
kids.
husky mix?
Hmm.
Okay.
And he's always been a really tough dog. And so you don't really anticipate when you get your cute puppy that it's going to turn into a difficult dog, right? Everybody thinks they get a puppy, they're so cute. You just think they're going to be good family pets. And then they
Yeah.
start doing some, behavioral things that you don't really care for. And so it really all depends on how you address all those things. Some people just get unicorns, right? Gus seems like a unicorn. Nellie
Yeah.
was a
Oh,
unicorn. I mean, just
perfect.
some,
Yeah.
yeah, some dogs are just really. But with that said, Nellie went to board and train when she was young because she was, she was a turd puppy golden retriever.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? We sent
yeah,
her
or
too.
just if it's
'Cause-
just destructive behavior, like not really
absolutely,
harmful behavior,
absolutely,
destructive behavior. When you
yeah,
don't want to come home to find they ate your couch,
yes.
you've got
No,
to nip
Nellie.
that in the bud.
Yeah, Nellie was fearful of a lot of things. She was just nervous. She was a nervous golden, so we had to, work through confidence. So, but I think especially with a dog like River, I've learned a lot about body language, and that helped me be a really good groomer. But I think that any dog trainer will talk to you a lot about body language and the warning signs. And so, it just breaks my heart when you watch these videos of people getting bit in the face or getting attacked, and their own
Or
dogs. And
the
those
dog
there
gets
was
hurt because of
yes,
child behavior in the grooming
yeah.
salon. Yeah,
And they'll say there was
it
just no
did.
signs. There was no signs, but there
No, they were
was.
there.
They were
There
there.
was. You're right.
They just missed them. So we want to help you not miss the signs. So the
Yeah.
whale eyes. So what are the big signs that people miss? The whale eyes.
The whale eyes, ears pinned
Yeah.
back. And this could be like only during one part of the grooming session. Things
Yeah.
could be going wonderful. Loved the bath, didn't mind the blow dryer at all. I went to trim the nails, and that's
Yes.
when the dog went to level 11. So it's not that it's every aspect of grooming,
Yeah.
but if we're doing the nail trim, and I still got the clipper work, the scissor work, and the finishing work to do, I can't let the dog be at a level 11 during the nail trim. That's going to crash the other steps of my groom, and
Right.
I'm not going to be able to safely do my job. So that's why, hi, Cash. That's why it's
Uh-huh.
important to reset the dog. That's what we do, guys. That's what we want you to do when you see your dog starting to get very fidgety or even growling or whimpering. Whimpering is vocalizing
Yes.
the situation to the dog. It doesn't feel good to them. So,
Or
don't
barking.
baby
I
them.
mean, when they're
Yeah,
starting to bark,
barking.
yeah, like a barking dog on a table.
Woo, woo,
Yeah.
woo. When you see them doing that, that is them saying, get me out, get me out, get me out.
Yes.
This is a
Yes.
cry for help. That is not an early sign. That is a more of a
Yeah.
elevated level sign for a dog. You
Yeah.
have to bring them down a notch. So what do? Maybe we go back to something that they are comfortable with. First, you reset them. Resetting them is just have them stand on the grooming table. Good boy, good boy. Pet them down the back. Nice strokes down the back. That's where their spine is. Gentle,
Yeah.
slow.
And reset their
Calm down.
body. We've talked
Reset
about that
their
before. Reset
body.
their body. Get them.
You feel those muscles when you're petting them. You feel
Yeah.
those muscles start because they're tense. When they're
Yeah.
scared, they're tense. You can feel the relaxing going. Now we're getting somewhere. This is called a reset.
Yeah.
Okay. And then maybe at that point, I go back to something he did allow me to do. Maybe he's good with the sanitary trim. Well, then I'm going to try.
Right.
We're going to do the sanitary trim, and then we're going to work our way back to that area of the groom that you showed me your signs of being in distress. So we're going to go backwards and continue to do other things that you
Right.
are okay with.
Right.
And then without speaking and being gentle and slow and kind, when you pick up a dog's paw, they know if you've got confidence in your hands. They know if you're like, God, I hope he lets me
Yeah.
trim this nail. That dog can feel that lack of confidence in your hand. You have to make sure, I always say, you got to bring confidence to the grooming
Yeah.
table. And that's
You can't
for the
just grab it
dog.
like the front and like pull it like this. Like, yeah, you have to.
No, you have to
Yeah.
let them know they're in confident hands. Did you ever shake somebody's hand and you're like, "Oh my God, this hand is cold, clammy, and
Like a
this
limp noodle.
person's nervous."
Yeah.
Oh, this hand, I shake this guy's hand and he immediately made me feel like a millionaire for some
Yes.
reason. That's a
Yeah.
confidence.
Yes.
Yeah.
I, contact and all that good stuff. So, oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's huge for people. Like I always always stress that with my kids. I was like, you look
Yeah.
people
Look people
directly in
in
the
the eye.
eye,
Yeah.
talk to them, ask them questions, be
Yeah.
kind. Like, yeah, like that's huge. So yeah.
And
Sell yourself.
that
Sell
confidence.
yourself to the dog. Even if you're a little nervous, don't act it.
Yeah, yeah. And if you are, I want you to know that when you're touching them, they can feel that nervous energy coming through
Yes.
your hand. So if you feel like, you're fearful of something, you've got to reset you
Yeah.
before you touch the dog. You've got to be confident. If you're not confident, this happens a lot,
Yeah.
helping people learn to groom and they're really struggling with the dog. And I say, wait, 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 okay. And then I come over and I reset the dog first and put the dog in my hands. And I'm in there, and all of a sudden the dog's just like, I'm over it. And they
Yeah.
go, what did you do differently? And I go, I know I can do this. I know that this was going to work. And I
Yeah.
believe that I got you, dog. I'm not
Yeah.
just going through the motions. I believe it, and the dog knows it. So
Yeah.
you can tell the dog all you want. I'm confident I'm this. Dog's like, I don't speak English. I speak body language. Dogs do. And they pick up on your energy. So you can't fake it. You have
That's a
to
lot of
really,
its energy too. It's how you're coming across. Like you have to have good calm energy, but stern, especially with your dog and you're trying to really establish, their place in the house. That's so important. And some dogs, you don't have to do that as much.
yeah,
My
some it's
golden,
so easy.
yeah, my golden would just go on the couch and, whatever. And, it was no big
Mhm.
deal. And if we tried to
It's
get her
like
off the
anything you
couch,
ask her to do, she'd be like, okay, here I come.
yeah. Now
And that's
River's
got
5 and he's almost never been allowed on the couch because up until recently, if he got on the couch and we would be like, get down, and he would and
he would
like look
show
the
you
other
that
way.
he was guarding the
Hmm.
situation and himself, and you're like,
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yep. And so I'd be like, nope, sir, you can't be on the couch. But just recently, the dynamics in our house has changed a little bit because, which is a kind of interesting because Nellie's passed away. And Nellie was definitely like the alpha dog. And so now River is a little more mellow,
Is he?
which I thought he'd be so sad because she's not here because she was like his best friend and he was like attached to her all the time. Like if she lay down, he'd lay down next to her, like on her.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's because she was the alpha dog. It wasn't
yeah,
more or less like, I love you. I mean, he probably his comfort was being in her confidence,
yes.
being near her confidence.
So he more looks to us now for leadership.
Mm-hmm.
instead of her. And
Mm-hmm.
it's making him less defensive. And
Because
so
he doesn't have to carry the weight. You're saying you
yeah.
don't have to be that guy, River. We got it.
So it's just
Nellie
a little
had it. Now we have it.
yeah. And so it's just interesting. Like I'm still learning like about dog behavior and that like I didn't anticipate that after she passed away. I didn't think that that's how it would fall
Yeah.
through. And it's been interesting to see his personality change a little bit, with that. So dogs are neat and they really tell you a lot without talking. And
They can't
I just
talk.
yeah, so it's just cool. And I just I don't know, when we talked about doing this episode, I just really had a big passion for it because I think that
Yeah,
we
you
want to
really pushed for this one. This one is all Michelle, guys. She's like,
yeah.
I want to do this episode. It's so important. And she's right.
I see a lot of groomers that get bit, and I want to help us not. That it's so hard when that happens to us, not only because physically we've got a bite, sometimes it's just your finger or your hand or whatever. And yeah, that sucks and it ruins your week. And I got to get some antibiotics, but often it's your face. But also for those people that get bit at home or their kids get bit or, they're dealing with aggression, they don't really understand how to address it or what to do. And so this topic's so near and dear to me because often if you took care of it in the beginning or you knew those signs that you were missing, it
Yeah.
wouldn't have escalated to that. And now you have a dog that had to go to the shelter, or the dog's got a bite history, or the dog's got to get put down. And
Put
so
down. The dog's
yeah,
life is over, possibly, but a family member, and you have to make the right call. But possibly was it all these signs were there, but you
yeah,
didn't know how to look for them.
yeah,
So the level 2 and level 3 was coming. It's just a matter
yeah.
of when it was coming.
Well, and as like a reactive dog owner, I have such a passion for this because I tell people I want to set him up for success every day. So every day he's with me, I'm navigating like what he's doing, where he's looking, and I'm watching him constantly because I want to make sure that if we are walking and he sees another dog, I'm like, no, like right, you know what I mean? And he's like, okay,
Right
fine.
when he looks in the direction, nope.
Because if I don't do that, he's like, he gets all excited and his tail starts wagging and he's like as the dog's walking. So we have to
Yeah.
like address that, So it's just,
Well, I
I
see
want to,
people, you walk by, we're walking our dogs, and their dog is out in front of them on a leash
yep.
on his hind legs. And literally, I realized that dog could get away from them at any moment, and he is gunning for my dogs.
And that's unacceptable.
Very uncomfortable. You
Yeah, I
can't let
don't,
them
that's
get
not, it's
to
not
them.
okay. Yeah.
You
If your
turn
dog does
around,
that,
walk the other way. You turn
yeah.
them around, and when they, as soon as they, dog,
And they'll be like, is he
rip-
friendly? And my dog just wants to play with your dog. And I'm always
no,
like, ugh, I'm
that's
like,
going to go
no.
horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Turn
So that's the thing,
around,
is like
walk
a
the
lot
other
of
way.
people just don't know, and so we're here to help you. And
That's
I
why
want to help.
we're
Yeah.
gonna link those we're gonna link those channels
Yes.
below that are gonna be very helpful for people to
Yeah.
learn more about dog training. And that's gonna help groomers, it's gonna help pet owners. We're gonna link those in this description.
If this 35-minute video helped one groomer not get bit, then it was 100% worth it. Like I just, it's such a hard job that we do
Yeah.
and we're navigating or we're hurrying and especially now this time of year, it's real busy and we're just trying to do our thing. And when we get bit, oh, it kills our confidence so bad. It like hurts our
It
feelings.
does.
It kills our confidence. And like that's all we think about for months.
Yeah.
And, and it just
And it's
sucks.
not so
And
much that we're afraid to do our job anymore. It's
no,
like you said, we know we have to bring the confidence to the grooming
yes.
table. The dogs behave. That's how they behave for us, is
Yeah.
because we're confident in our skills and in the way we're going to handle the dog, our
Yeah.
handling techniques. But when we question that, it messes our psyche up, and we bring that energy then to the grooming table. And it shows in our work, not accidents like, oh, I accidentally nicked a dog. No, it's just, I don't like, I can't believe that that is my group. That does not look like my work. That's
Yeah.
because your
And you're like,
head's not where it needs to
you're
be.
like, I can't believe that. I know. So it just hurts our heart. And so, and we're always learning too. But yeah, no, I have some great trainers and we'll link them in this video for
Yes,
sure.
we will. And
So
stay tuned for the next video, guys. Next
it's
week
the
is,
Christmas
yes.
one.
And Daisy's going to make her appearance. She's already got her Christmas outfit on, but
He's
I
all
don't know what you're
ready.
going to find with Michelle and I next week. We might just surprise you, but we 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 want to be a little piece of your Christmas this year. So
Yes.
please join us for that episode,
It's going to be
and
so good.
be fun. We always
It's gonna be
make it
so good.
fun. How
That's
about
right.
the next one is just all good, fun good stuff.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know,
It's gonna be a good time.
we'll
Yeah.
have some product recommendations, for jazzing your dog up safely for Christmas. People are always probably wondering about the beautiful colors on Daisy, Michelle's
Oh
dog.
yeah. Yeah.
Michelle,
Opals.
she's
Daisy.
gonna well,
Yeah.
and you can explain to us how easy it is to do that and why you choose those products. They are safe for pets.
Yeah.
So you can walk us through that. And who knows, I might end up taking some of your advice and doing some fun stuff with Gus. Can't color Cash because he's dark. I can't color him. There's nothing
I
I
know.
can
Well, you can do like the cream kind of. It's not a bleach. It's like a lightening product that they have. But I've never done that. So people will ask me about like lightening dark dogs, but I've never done it. But I've seen some beautiful work. I just don't. I don't have a dark dog to
Yeah, I'd
color.
be afraid that, he has such a nice blue black color. I'd
Yeah,
be
he's
afraid to
gorgeous.
dull down his coat and have to wait 8 months for it to really.
Yeah, you're doing other things with him. So yeah,
Yeah, I
no,
think
he's
maybe I'll just go with embellishments for him.
that's right. Oh yes, you could.
Yeah.
So
So,
much fun.
guys, we'll see you right back here next week. Michelle, do you have any final thoughts or anything? Anything funny? Or you want to pick your nose? You want to do a little dance?
I mean, I could pick my nose. I mean, that would be hilarious. um, no, I have some fun dog facts for our next videos though, but we just got chatting. So, but I do have some cute, fun dog facts. So, oh, and I have a Dalmatian coming. So stay tuned because that's going to be so cute. I can't wait to tell you all about that. I haven't had a
Ah,
Dalmatian at my shop yet. So I'm very
oh, they're
excited.
awesome.
Yeah.
So you'll be posting that on Facebook, Instagram, and then
Oh,
on
yeah.
your YouTube channel? Okay, we'll
Oh,
stay
yeah.
tuned. We'll stay tuned.
Stay tuned. It's going to be so cute. I'm so excited about it. It's a puppy Dalmatian. So I'm like,
Fantastic. Oh, God, they're adorable.
I
Oh,
know.
can't wait.
I can't wait. So it's gonna be so good. So yeah, tons of fun stuff coming up. So stay tuned. And maybe
Uh,
I'll pick my nose in the next episode. Who knows? You don't know what's gonna happen. We're just a
Maybe
bunch
I'll
of
pick her
weirdos.
for her. Let me see if I can make it look like I'm picking. No, I can't. Okay. Can't do it. Sorry. Tried. We'll see you in the next
Thanks,
one, guys.
Amy. Thanks.
Yeah.
All
Signing
right.
off.
Bye everyone.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
That wraps up today's episode of Dog Grooming Unleashed. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. We are truly grateful to have you as part of our Unleashed community. Don't forget, we drop new episodes every Monday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So grab your coffee or your clippers and hang out with us again, my friend, next week. If today's conversation made you laugh, taught you something new, or just made you feel seen as a groomer or a pet enthusiast, please take a second to like, subscribe, and share this episode with a friend. And we'd love to hear from you. Drop your thoughts, questions, or even your funniest grooming moments in the comments. We might just feature your story or question in the next episode. And we can't wait to keep learning, laughing, and growing right alongside of you. Stay kind, stay curious, and keep grooming from your heart.